Next topic is challenges to political parties. So we have learned till now all the various national parties. Now we are going to learn what are the various challenges that our political parties are facing in our country. So the first challenge that parties are facing is lack of internal democracy. Generally, this is not only the issue of our country, this is found all over the world. In this, generally the power is in the hand of the top leaders, say 5 to 8 top leaders who are there. They are the one who controls the party. They do not maintain any register of their members. So, judging who is senior, who came on which particular date, that becomes quite difficult. And later on, it can be the issue of seniority also. So, if they maintain the membership register, on the basis of that, they can judge who is senior. Generally, there is no internal election within the party. It is advisable by the election commissioner that within the party, election should be held to elect their leader, or maybe the president of the party, or various leader for various posts. Then no regular meetings are held, and even if the meetings are held, only the top leaders are the part of the meeting. Ordinary people or the followers, or even we can say the active members of the political party, they are not aware about the meeting and the agenda of the meeting and what took place in the meeting. So it means the active members and the followers, they are unaware about the happenings of the political party, which is not good for democracy. There is no chance for an ordinary person to come to the top position because generally it is dominated by the head leaders. So they do not have sufficient information about the making of the decision and to collect the information. So it is not good for democracy. And any ordinary person in the party who disagree with the decision, he or she is thrown out of the party. The second challenge that political party face is dynastic succession. Very important one. In our country only when we talk about, so if we see INC, Indian National Congress, what we have seen since independence, we are finding that maximum, right, more than 70 years we have got independence, and out of these 70 years, on an average round about 50 to 55 years, Congress has ruled. And in Congress, who has ruled? Nehru and Gandhi's. So what it is? It's dynastic succession, that is member of one family is only ruling the party. We see in Bihar, RJD, the party of Lalu Prasad Yadav. Lalu Prasad was the CM. Later on when he went into the jail, his wife became CM. Similarly in Uttar Pradesh, right, Mulayam Singh, then his son. So what we are seeing that the generation, just like monarchy time, it is taking place even in a democracy. Okay, the relatives are only the head of the leaders. They are the one who gets the opportunity to come on the top position. A normal person do not get opportunity to come on the top position, though they are the most eligible person in the party. but only opportunity is given to the friends and relative. So we can conclude, right? Loyalty to the leader is more important than loyalty to the party. It means just like what we say, buttering is given more importance over here. It means if such things continue, it is not good for the democracy. That is the spirit of democracy. It hampers democracy. And genuine person do not get opportunity to become the leader and form a government. Third challenge that political party faces is money and muscle power. Again, a very important factor which is prevailing everywhere. Okay, the political parties are using money and muscle to come to power. In our country, generally during the election times, the rich people in our country, they support the party with lot of funds, money. They provide them with crores and crores of rupees for campaigning. And the only reason behind this is okay, later on the decision of the government is affected by these ultra rich people of the country. Whatever the policy is made, directly or indirectly, it favors these rich people. And getting the ticket or getting the nomination for these rich people becomes quite easy. Why? They purchase the ticket, or as they are funding the party, they get the ticket very easily. This is how the money has become a great enemy for democracy. Second one is muscle power. Sometimes political parties, they hire a candidate who is having a very ferocious and criminal background. So for such type of person to win election becomes quite easy. Why? The opposite candidate in the different party, they are being threatened or they become afraid. So such type of shortcuts are used by the political party to win election. The fourth challenge is no meaningful choice is given to the voters. Generally, this problem occurs in countries where two system or one party system is followed. In this, the difference between the two major parties or the parties that are prevailing in a country, very minor or no difference is seen. Only the difference where we see is in the economic aspect. But nowadays, slowly, even these economic reforms, they are also getting similar in all the parties. Only the difference where it comes is how they implement the policy. Otherwise, the policies are quite similar of all the major parties in a country. So people are not getting or not in a position to decide which party is better. So when meaningful choice is not given to the people, it becomes very difficult to choose a good governance, to choose a good party. Example we can see in Britain, they have the Labour Party and the Conservative Party. So people hardly have choice. That is two, either Labour Party or Conservative. But in that also many times what happens, these leaders keep on changing from party A to party B. So when public decide that we don't want to vote to the Labour Party this time, we will vote to Conservative. So what happens? The leader of the Labour Party moves to Conservative and Conservative leader moves to. So again, the people's choice is denied. Even in India, when we talk about this is happening, only big large parties are only coming in power, And even the differences on the economic aspect, as I discussed, it is now reducing in all the parties. Now the question comes, when these challenges are faced, what is the solution for this? So finally the government decided that there has to be reform through which we can stop the parties from indulging in such malpractices and provide people with a better governance and better government. So let's see few reforms for political party. So the first one is defection. This was introduced in the constitution. The amendment was made in the constitution, and according to this amendment, MPs and MLAs cannot change the party after winning the election. And if any MP or MLA indulge in defection, then he or she will be liable to lose the seat. If it is a Lok Sabha seat, then he or she will lose the Lok Sabha seat or legislative seat. Now generally these things are done, that is defection is done by the MPs or MLA for what? Generally either for the ministry, right? He or she wants to become the minister in the government, or maybe for the cash reward. So to stop this, defection was introduced. So defection means if any MP or MLA wins the election and later on if he or she changes the party for minister or for cash reward, he or she will lose the seat from where he or she is elected. The next one is affidavit. This is a reform which is introduced by Supreme Court, right? When a candidate is nominated and when the candidate is filing the form, nomination form, he or she has to give details about certain things. Now what are those things? So the first is about his educational qualification. Even last year we studied in Civics, standard 9th, about his qualification. Second is pending cases, the criminal cases that he is undergoing, whatever are still pending, and the property that he possesses. So these three information he needs to mention in the nomination form. The idea behind this is that later on, after completion of 5 years, we can come to know about the income or maybe the corruption that was done by a candidate. So for example, if a candidate has written that he or she possesses say 1 crore of property, but later on after completing 5 years, maybe later on the raid was done by the CBI, right? What happens? They found that he is possessing 50 crores of property. So within 5 years, how 1 crore value goes to 50 crore? So somewhere it means the corruption has taken place. And later on, there is case filed against the person. Third one is party to held internal election and file income tax. So according to election commissioner, every party is asked, or election commissioner has made it compulsory that every party has to file its income tax return. We all are knowing that those parties which are registered with election commissioner, they have got specific political symbol for their party by election commissioner, and they are getting the reward, cash rewards or we can say the expenses from the government. So they have to file IT return every year. That's what election commissioner says. And second thing is the party should held regular election within the party, so that there is no dispute within the party. Okay, favoritism was done, or maybe the relatives are only given the chance, or maybe only friends are given the chance. So to maintain that transparency, right, it is important.